Hey, it's Sheldon with TigerTough here. Today, we are going to be comparing a couple of brands of seat covers. So we got the TigerTough covers here in the front, and then up here in the back, we have the Northwest seat covers. Before we get started, I do want to clarify one thing. This is not a review. This is solely a side-by-side comparison, and the goal of it is so that you can see what these covers look like when they come out of the box or the bag. You can see what they look like when they're put on a truck. And then you can make a decision based off of your needs and what you like on what cover is going to be best for you. So let's get right into it. We're going to start with the Northwest covers. So this is the package that they showed up in, and these babies are manufactured by our northern neighbors in Canada. Get rid of the packaging. So these covers are their Cordura Nyko covers. I bought the Cordura ones because we're going to be comparing them to our Cordura covers, so I wanted them to be as similar as possible. And these are the ones that they said are their heaviest duty. Anywho, right on top, we have got the installation instructions with a couple of little silver S-hooks. These are black and white illustrations. It looks like a universal install guide because we got front seats on the front, rear seats on the other side. Cool. Let's get into this. So here we have the two seat back covers. Like I said before, they're what they call the Cordura Nyko fabric, and that is a blend of, it's like around 70%, 75% cotton, and then nylon, and a 2% of a dynamic yarn, which is fabric nerd speak for something stretchy. So they're relatively soft feeling. I see we got some straps, we got some Velcro. These do come standard with a seat back pocket. This looks very similar to the seat back pocket that is already on the truck. And these covers have got headrest holes cut into them. Not all of the Northwest covers do. On their install guide, it says that on some of their products, you may have to cut a hole for your headrest holes, but these ones have them already cut, which I like because then you know they're gonna be lined up right and you don't have to worry about anything there. Oh, also, these are side airbag compliant. On their site, they don't have any videos of any testing, but they do have a picture from a lab test, and they also named MGA Labs as where they get their testing done, and that's the same lab we use, so that's cool. They are also water resistant or waterproof. We've got here two seat bottom covers. Again, I see buckles, straps, hooks, all securing methods, which we will learn when we go put them on the truck later and I read the instructions. And we've also got some elastomagical straps here. Their covers here are lined with a thin layer of foam. Now, foam has pros and cons. Some people love it, some people don't. Pros for foam are it's going to make the cover a little bit squishier. So if you're recovering a seat that's completely gone, it's going to help add a little bit of cushion back in there. Another thing that it does, and you can see it illustrated pretty well here, is it helps hide any wrinkles because it makes the cover somewhat stiff. So those are a couple of pros. A major con for foam backing is it does affect heated and cooled seats. So on their site, Northwest says that these are compatible with heated seats, but they are not compatible with cooled seats. And in some testing that we've done, we've found that while foam backing does allow the heated seat to transfer heat through the cover back up to you, the foam does slow that down considerably. So if heated and cooled seats are really important to you, keep that in mind when you're looking at covers. We also get two headrest covers. That's a good thing because some companies do not include headrest covers. Some companies charge extra for them. Some companies just don't do them. So headrest covers, big pro. And then they also have a center console cover. That's the Northwest covers. These babies are available in 6 different colors: gray, black, tan, and then combinations of gray and black and tan and black. There we go. Let's take a look at the TigerToughs, and then we'll look at both of these on a truck. Next up, we have got the TigerTough covers. These are going to show up at your doorstep in a bag like this. Boom. We shall dispose of the packaging. Right on top, I've got the install guide. You're going to get your install guide with colored pictures and shows every step exactly how to put these covers on your truck. And most covers also will have a link to a vehicle-specific install video. I'm more of a video guy, so that's my jam. If you like looking at the pictures, carry on. Now, we have got seat back covers. 2 of them right here. Somewhere. There we go. Boom, there we go. So these covers are made from 100% Cordura. We like it because it is super abrasion resistant, it's waterproof, and it's very hard to puncture or tear. Now this has 0 stretch to it though. These covers are also airbag compatible. You can see the white stitching down the side here. That's a super low tensile thread, which allows the airbag to blow right through there, just like the factory seats do, if you ever get into a wreck. We have tested this extensively in the lab and also in real life, but I hope that you never have to worry about that. Headrest holes, boom, they come cut there. So when you pop this on the truck, these will line right up with where your headrests are. These covers are also made in the USA. Then you are going to get 2 seat bottom covers right here. So how these covers go on is that this cover is, the whole cover is going to wrap all the way around the seat, fasten to itself, which helps keep it from spinning front to back. And then there's a couple of strings that go down the sides, and they use this orange tool, which is called the string lock, and it does exactly that. It locks these 2 strings together, and that prevents the cover from shifting side to side when you're getting in and out. And I will show you more of that when we get these on the truck. You also are going to get 2 headrest covers along with this unit. Now these covers are available in gray, black, or tan in the Cordura. They're also available in some camo patterns in polyester fabric, but we're focusing on the heavy duty stuff today. Now, with this being just Cordura, there's no backing on it. And I know we covered the pros and cons of a foam backing before, so cons of no backing are going to be you have to be a little more careful with your install to avoid wrinkles and to make everything look good. But the reason that we don't do it is because we want you to be able to use your heated and cooled seats. And with no backing on the fabric, it does allow the heat to come through much more quickly. And then it does also allow your cooling to work because this fabric is breathable. Now it's not perforated like a factory cooled seat's gonna be, so it will cool more slowly and you'll feel less breeze, but it does still cool. Eliminating foam backing also allows the covers to be machine washable. Let's take these out. Let's put them both on a truck side by side, and then we'll run through where they're similar and where they're different. We've got the covers installed on the truck now. We're working on a 2023 F-150. We've got the TigerTough covers on the driver's side. We've got the Northwest covers on the passenger side. But before we get into the side-by-side comparison, there's two things we want to cover, and that is warranty and return policies. So if you get either of these covers and you break them, what happens? If you get either of these covers and you hate them, what happens? So first off, warranty. Both the TigerToughs and the Northwest covers come with a 2-year warranty. The difference in that warranty is that Northwest does a 2-year warranty against manufacturer's defects, fit, and normal wear and tear. So they guarantee they're going to show up right, they guarantee that they're going to fit right, and they guarantee that they won't wear out with normal use in 2 years. On the TigerToughs, they come with a 2-year unconditional warranty. What that means is that if there's any physical damage where something breaks for any reason within 2 years, it's covered under warranty. And then on the return policy, the TigerTough covers come with a 30-day return policy. So if you get them and you're like, yeah, these just aren't for me, you can return them within 30 days as long as they're clean and in resellable condition. The Northwest covers you can also return them, but I did not see a specific time frame on their website. Now, along with their return policy, you do have a 20% restocking fee on any items that are full price, and any items that are on sale cannot be returned. And they said that is because they do not carry any inventory. They make everything to order. So they would rather not return them because the next guy might not want what you wanted. Okay, let's compare these things side by side. Again, I said this in the studio, I'm gonna say it again. This is not a review. This is a comparison. I'm gonna show you both these covers side by side. You can see all of the other competitor comparisons that we've done, and then you can decide which covers are best for your truck. Starting at the top, we have got the headrest covers. Both brands come with headrest covers. That's a good thing. On the TigerTough covers, the cover pulls on, it wraps all the way underneath the headrest and sticks up in the back. It's basically like a pocket. The Northwest covers, they pull on. They've got a little bit of Velcro in the front here, but there is nothing underneath, so they just pull straight down. And then as we move down to the seat back portions, now there's one thing I want to talk about here that I did that was not specified in Northwest's install instructions. I did it anyway because I think it looks better, and that was to tuck the cover underneath these headrest posts. They didn't say to do that, but the cover would go under there, so I did it because I think it looks a lot better. Both covers do that. We specify that you should, again, because it looks better. Now, let's talk about that foam backing that we touched on before. So the TigerTough covers do not have a foam backing, and one of the pros of the foam backing was that it holds all of the fabric tight so you do not ever see any wrinkles. Right here, you see a small wrinkle from where this cover was folded when it was packaged. This will go away over time. Once you've sat in the seat for a little bit, these covers are brand new, they're still a little stiff. This will go away, but if we had a foam backing, you wouldn't see that. And my case in point right here, these have got a foam backing, so it looks nice and smooth, but when you press on it, you can see you press back, I don't know, that's maybe half an inch to the seat back. So there's actually a bit of an air gap in there, but that foam backing is holding everything out nice and stiff, so you don't notice that. Over on the TigerTough covers, there's nothing. You can see as I push, we're pushing right into the seat back. How these covers attach. We went over it a little bit in the studio, but on these covers here, there is a little strap on either side. It's about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch wide, and that runs all the way up to the front and attaches to the front of the seat bottom. And I think that's why I couldn't get this out. I tried, I adjusted on it, pulled them tight, and it fits quite well, but this is wrapping around here, down and then forward, and then down the back of the seat, it's got a strip of Velcro or hook and loop that just sticks up against the factory seat. Now on the TigerTough covers, this cover actually wraps all the way around the seat back and sticks up to itself on the back of the seat. To do that, we need to remove, there's a factory flap that goes down around the back of the seat. We actually remove that, it tucks up inside the cover, and then our cover has its own flap that replaces that one. But that's how we get no air gaps in here with completely wrapping the seat back. Both are airbag compatible. You can see right down here on the TigerTough cover, this seam follows the factory seam. So that way, if your airbags ever deploy, the cover tears open in the exact same spot that the factory seats do. Again, we hope that you never have to do that. And then on the Northwest covers, their tearaway is a little different. It's sewn differently. They don't have any pictures of it deploying or any videos. They do have one picture on their site, but no videos. But this is just follows down the corner of the seat. But they said it works, so we're gonna go with that. Now let's move down to the seat bottom covers. On the TigerTough cover here, you can see right here that the cover is pulled down tight. It's actually fitting right into the factory seam on the seat. So that's pulled in tight. Again, no air pockets or anything. But this cover wraps all the way around the seat bottom and fastens back to itself. So this goes down, the cover splits into 3 pieces, goes all the way under the seat, fastens up to itself on the back. And then we run a string about from here to here. So it's one on either side. They meet in the middle, and then that orange string lock that we looked at when we were in the studio, that fastens those strings together. So that way when you're getting in and out of the truck and sliding across this corner, the cover doesn't twist up and slide across here. Over to the Northwest cover, theirs attaches slightly differently. The cover goes on over top of the seat just like this. And then there are, again, 2 small straps that run underneath the seat bottom, and they buckle up to some plastic buckles right along the front of the seat bottom. Those little plastic buckles are attached to the seat bottom with elastic, so it does give you some stretch and some give. And then to fasten this back portion in here, there's 2 elastic loops with like a big silver hook on them, and that hook, they say, just to hook up underneath the seat. So I just reached up there, found some springs and hooked them to that. And then on the sides here, they've got these elastic straps that they say to run right between this corner right here. So we did that here, and same on the inside, and then those come together and they get hooked together with little hooks that come stapled to your install guide. There's one more thing that I did that was not in the instructions, but I did it because I can and because I think it looks better. And as I tucked the cover in along the side of the seat in behind the plastic trim, it just looks better. I think it makes everything fit better. So I wanted to call out that I did those things even though they're not in the instructions. This is a competitor comparison, but I'm not going to go out of my way to make our competitors look bad, because I want you to see what you could do if you put these on your truck. Now, finally, let's talk about the center console. Northwest does provide a center console cover. This is one of the best fitting fixed center console covers I've put on in any of these comparisons. But I do want to show you something here, and that is that if you bump this, it pops right off very, very easily. And this is why we don't cover a lot of fixed center consoles. They're complicated under here. There's a lot going on, and it's hard to get a cover that completely wraps like we do on the 40-20-40 seats, where this folds up into a third seat. So this looks great now while it's new, but my worry is once the elastic starts to wear out and people are sliding their elbows across there, you're gonna see that coming off really easily. On that, no matter which brand you're looking for, if you're looking for TigerTough, if you're looking for Northwest, if you're looking for somebody else, try to find pictures of covers that have been in use for a while, because any of us can make our covers look good when they're brand new. But what you really should be worried about is how do they look in a year? How do they look in 2 years? How are they gonna look when I'm ready to get rid of my vehicle? Are they gonna be holding up? So that goes for us, that goes for everybody out there. Try to find some pictures of ones that have been in use for a while and see if you like how that looks. So that's been TigerTough and Northwest. I really hope this comparison has helped you decide which covers you want for your truck. And if you still aren't sure, check out the playlist with a whole bunch of other brands in there as well, because even if you don't want TigerTough, my goal is to make sure that you get a set of covers on your truck to keep the seats in good shape.